Hello, can you hear me?
Yo, what's good, man?
How's it going?
How's it going, man? Glad to have you here.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Thank you so much. Glad to have you here too. Sorry,
Yeah.
this is my first time doing something like this. I'm a little nervous.
No, bro, don't worry. I'm nervous too, okay? Okay, don't worry.
Mhm,
The past times that we've done this in the past, it's kind of been spontaneous, you know? So
mhm.
this one is actually kind of a little more streamlined. I put a lot of effort and care into this. Um, all right, can I just start like right into it? You just want to get started, man?
Sure. Yeah.
You want
All
to get
right.
some water? You want to get a snack?
Mm, no, it's all right. I'm good.
All right. Well, let's first start off by let me welcome you. Thanks for coming here. Thanks for talking with me. Thanks for having everybody listening. By the way, everybody requesting to speak, you're not going to be able to speak until I open it up for questions. So just stop. I'm not going to look at it. But, but, so let's start with what made you want to make content? Like, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so initially, I actually made a New Year's resolution back in around 2021, where I promised myself I would become a YouTuber who would be able to make a lot of money. And the reason why I'd even decided to do that in first place was, for one, I'd wanted to get an audience where I would be able to show stuff like my art and get feedback, which I thought would be pretty cool. But it's eventually evolved to me wanting to, make a lot of money so I can do things like, give me and my family a good life.
All right, all right, all right. It's not always about the money, but money is a big part of it. Don't worry, I definitely
Mhm.
get there, been there. How long have you been doing YouTube?
I've been doing YouTube since 2017, but I've really started taking it seriously in 2021.
Okay, okay, okay. Also, for those worried, like you won't be able to stay and get the whole like podcast, don't worry. It's being recorded and I will post it like after it's done. So don't worry about missing out. Um, do you mind me asking like what's your broad niche just so like some of the other questions are a little easier later?
I do Roblox, but I've also done memes in the past.
Okay, okay. And you're primarily short long form. Yeah?
Yes.
And how many views have you like amassed in your experience with YouTube?
So far, at least maybe 10 to 20 million
Long form views or short form?
long form.
Wow. Holy moly. Well, that's why we have you here today. What are your thoughts on AI? I know recently with a lot of YouTubers, they depend a lot on AI with their creative process, whether that may be the thumbnail or that's scripting or that's even sometimes even like the actual content itself. Um, what is your like thought on it or thought process? Are you a fan of it or do you think it's useful? Do you think it's not useful at all? Like where do you stand on I guess the spectrum?
Mm. I think, to an extent, I think people should be very careful whenever they use things like generative AI. I think things like text to speech and regular AI voices are very understandable to use, especially if you don't have a good mic or you don't have a good voice. But YouTube recently has been cracking down heavily on most forms of generative AI, and while it can be useful for putting out content quickly, I think people should not rely on it too much.
You think it can
Or,
become like not a demerit. What's the word for that?
yeah.
Like it starts helping less and hurting more, if that makes sense. The more you depend on it, I guess that's a way to say it. Um, and I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if you've
definitely think
heard.
so.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't know, like, because very recently, and this is especially prominent in shorts, all of these fully AI generated videos. Like, have you ever heard of the Fruit Love Island series?
Oh yeah, I think it's on what like TikTok, and that like got like 50 million views or something crazy like that.
Yeah, it got that TikTok account over 1 million followers, but I believe they were sacked like soon after that. And
Mm.
YouTube recently has been cracking down hard, including AI videos, AI voices. Actually, YouTube has been implementing some systems recently that would automatically mark a video that's using an AI voice as using AI. So I really think people should be very careful because it'll be a lot harder to get monetized. If you're going to use AI, at least use it a little more discreetly than how people use it now.
Yeah, I feel like AI is not. I don't want to say that AI is bad and you shouldn't use it at all in your process, like no matter what. However, I do think after a certain point, whenever it becomes more AI than human input, or honestly, even like you can just tell if there was any AI input, I think even just noticing it is kind of detrimental because I know YouTube, they kind of have like a they don't give a fuck really. Like if they see you use AI voiceovers, I think your channel's cooked like off rip, no matter what. Which is sad because a lot of times people don't have like, let's say you want to, let's say you want to adhere to like an American audience, right? But you're from Europe, right? And you don't know English that well. Like, okay, well then text to speech is like a viable option for you that like can kind of remove that, I guess, barrier. But now that barrier kind of, I don't know, it just stays because if you use AI voice, it's almost like a ticking time bomb for your channel. It's like, okay, well, eventually, how long can I keep this up until I get YouTube sends me the unauthentic content and I have to appeal? And I heard most of those appeals go nowhere, anyways.
Yeah. Remember, I've been seeing recently a lot of channels getting demonetized, and most of those channels like heavily use or overuse AI in their videos. But I think using text to speech as compared to the newer AI videos might be your safest bet if you say want to reach a different audience or you don't have a good mic. I
Okay,
think
okay, okay.
using text to speech might be one of their best alternatives in this case.
Um, what is the best YouTube extension in your opinion? I know there's like 1 out of 10. I know they have what's it, vidIQ. There's like Next Level. I think that's what it's called.
Admittedly, I don't use a I most of the time I don't usually use YouTube extensions, but I do recommend trying New Studio by Shkefi or Sean as he's now called. It's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Okay, okay. What are some hashtag ad? What are some features of what are some features of New Studio, man?
I like how New Studio, there are two features I do like in particular. One feature is how, if you're a shorts YouTuber, if you use New Studio, you are allowed to separate engaged views from your normal views, so you can get a better idea of how successful some of your videos are. And another feature that I also like is, normally how YouTube shows your best performing video out of your last 10? It shows your best performing video out of your last, however many videos you uploaded to that channel, which I thought was kind of funny, but I can definitely see how it might be useful overall.
Okay, okay, okay. What are some things you wish New Studio would improve on, Sean? If you're listening,
Sean in this, is Sean in
no,
the
he's not
chat?
here. He's not here. He's not
Yeah,
here.
no. Okay. Well, I think one thing, I think they should probably rework how they do their ranks for their videos. And I think they should offer a bit more features for long form content as well. But
Hmm.
admittedly, I haven't used New Studio too much, so I can't fully answer the question on that one.
Got you. Got you. Fon had a question about our earlier topic about AI and text to speech. He says, I know people dub their videos into Spanish, Japanese, etc. to get more views. So is that still worth it or not, in your opinion?
Of course, YouTube as like making separate channels to dub it, like to dub their content,
Like to
because
dub your content into a different language. Let's say you speak English and then it'll you use AI text to speech to dub it into like Spanish or into
mm,
Korean or Japanese. Or do you have like
I
zero experience when it comes to that?
I don't have a whole lot of experience, but I do think it's always a good idea to dub your videos so you can reach a wider audience. I know Mr. Beast pays he does pay other people to translate his videos, but for people who don't have that budget, using things like text to speech would also be a good idea, a good move.
DM says if you do long form, turn off auto dub. Gotcha.
Hmm.
You know what? I gotta get DM in the call. Oh, there he
I
is.
could probably
Yeah,
guess why.
yo, I've just been listening to this the entire time. Like like it's not my server, bro. I've just been in the audience. No, no, no. But
Okay, okay, get back down there, man.
no, no, no. Anyone doing long form, always turn off auto dub. It'll like completely tank the stats.
Really?
Because like who
Gotcha.
who really like? I mean, when you click on an auto dub video yourself, it's just like actually awful to listen to. So it'll just tank stats. It's just like not optimal at all. So like you can turn it on like at the end of a life cycle in like a long form video and like get a little like hopeful, like to get a little bit more views. But otherwise, it's like completely a bad idea.
That's
Thank you,
pretty
thank you,
fair.
thank you. That's good
Also,
notes. That's good notes.
mhm.
Does that
Well,
answer
also
your
you could
question,
like
Fon?
Also, there's one other thing. Getting views, if you're monetized, getting views from other channels would that result in a lower RPM? Because I know on some of the content I've made recently, I've had a higher percentage from places like India, and on those videos, I've gotten a lower RPM.
well, yeah, it's based off of like how much like your audience like okay, wait. So pull up. I'm like my brain's like fried right now. No, no, no. It's basically like different audiences. Every person has different amount of money when it comes to like spending power on ads. So advertisers will pay more for their ads to be shown in front of viewers who have more money to like potentially buy a product. So Indians, for example, it's a third world country, or not third world country, but like a poorer country, and the average person has a lot less money compared to like someone in the U.S. So they're gonna have lot less like power when it comes to buying a product. So, hey, yeah, add me there, add me there. So advertisers will pay less because there's less opportunity of them actually buying a product. So RPM are lower.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Okay, okay, okay. What do you think the biggest struggle, in your opinion, of being a content creator is, regardless of niche? I would say mine is simply just being like creative, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
I think creativity
One,
can be really hard to execute a lot of times.
hmm,
I'm sitting
I'd
on the floor.
say one big struggle I've had one big struggle I've had is, of course, every new YouTube faces this because it's a lot harder to initially grow a long form channel than for a short form. And although I've pretty successful now, I've had lots of failures. I have a very bad habit. I've had a very bad habit of whenever I do a video this niche, it doesn't work. I switch to a completely different niche. And that doesn't work. I switch to a completely different niche. I have always had a pretty bad tendency to do more variety content instead of sticking with that niche uh, and keep making videos until I start getting views. Of course, I'm remedying that now with my success with my news channel, but sticking with one niche has been a struggle of mine in the past.
What are some other like niches you've hopped around to, if you don't mind me asking?
Mhm. So, outside Roblox and meme content, I've spent a lot of time creating Minecraft content.
Mm.
Like, but before then, I had very low quality equipment, so my video was just in general either low quality or had low frames, so I was not able to grow very much in the Minecraft scene. And even then, Minecraft is a surprisingly, surprisingly difficult niche, because most of the people that have a lot of success put a lot of editing and very good storytelling in their videos. So there's a pretty high bar for success if you want to get a lot of views in Minecraft.
Mm. I know a lot of Minecraft editors, they are, let me think of how to word this. A lot of Minecraft editors that I know their timelines look like spaghetti. It's insane. They have stuff everywhere. They'll have effects. They use After Effects. They use motion graphics. They use Blender. The Minecraft editing scene is nuts. Um, which is a little bit why I feel like that niche is a little harder to kind of like stand out in, because either the video has to be really good idea wise, or it has to excel in like another aspect, whether that may be personality or packaging or editing. But yeah, that's my like, I don't know, thought process on it at least.
Yeah, that's pretty fair, definitely. I do like YouTubers like Carves, the real Carves and Sandiction. They are probably the best example of putting spending a long time, months for some of these channels, and putting a lot of editing in your videos. Those guys are also extremely talented at storytelling, so they end up having a lot of success, but they rarely upload, and not a whole lot of channels are able to achieve their level of quality.
Which is, and it's not even a I guess I say demerit to the person who's making the content. I just think overall it's really difficult. Like Fonfon, I don't know if you see in the chat, Fonfon sent a real timeline for a Minecraft video. Dude, I don't even know what I'm
Whoa.
looking at. There's 72 audio tracks and 32 video tracks. Come on, man.
What YouTuber does that belong to?
I think he sent the video, Target 3D Gaming.
Huh. Yeah,
Um,
that's
just nuts. Just nuts. Just nuts. Okay. Moving on. What are some early traps you fell into when you were first making content? Like, for example, maybe buying a course using AI scripts, a mentorship, not capitalizing a letter, anything.
I think one pretty big problem I've had was, have you ever heard of like the YouTube tutorial trap?
YouTube
Like
tutorial
basically
trap?
where
No,
yeah, no,
enlighten me.
okay. So it's basically when people tend to watch a lot of tutorials, but typically gain, a lot of the mental gratification or dopamine from watching nothing but YouTube tutorials because it gives them a sense of actual progression.
Mm.
Even though making content like at will be the best way, of course, to help you improve. I remember very early on I had fallen into that trap.
Where you would watch like tutorials on how to do YouTube, but not actually doing YouTube. You know what they say? Like the best teacher sometimes is often just experience. You just have to kind of go out there and fall on your face like 20 billion times and figure out what sticks. I definitely can see that happening. I've probably done that in the past myself, actually. Um,
Yeah.
do you believe to make it you need to pay somebody to teach you how to make it?
No, no, goodness, no. That is not necessary. Everything I've learned about YouTube, I learned completely from the internet and through my own experience. Despite what a lot of certain YouTube channels may say, you do not need a YouTube course. You don't not need to pay $1,000 to have somebody teach you. All you need to do is to both learn from the internet, learn from the niche you're making content in, and make as many videos as possible. There's a phrase that Mr. Beast said. Uh, whenever you make your first 100 videos, make them, don't waste any time making them, make them as soon as possible. But even more important, improve, whenever you make a YouTube video, look over it and find one small aspect that you would like to improve on the video. Like, for every video you make, improve it 1%, so that by the time you've made 100 videos, you would have improved it drastically in most ways in how to make a YouTube video.
That's a good quote. I also believe that your circle and who you hang around also has a big like factor into it. And it sounds a little cringe because I hate to be like, yo, if you really want to make it with YouTube, like you need to hang around other YouTubers, but I almost feel like that is the necessity. I remember Asher said this quote when I was doing this podcast with him. He had mentioned that you were the combination, or you were the summation of your six closest friends. And honestly, I've been thinking about it since then because It is very true. If your 6 closest friends all fucking, I don't know, skateboard or fucking surf, you're probably also a skateboarder or a surfer. It's really good to like surround yourself and other people doing similar things with you, especially in YouTube. I think in YouTube it's maybe even more crucial because you need to learn and grow and fail together. You are only one individual and you can only do one thing, if that makes sense. But a combination of individuals, a team of individuals that are all doing certain different things and they're all growing and failing in all these different aspects, you increase how much knowledge you're learning like exponentially. It's infinitely stacking, and you can do that with how many ever people you can keep, you know? So I think it's really good. Oh shit, yeah, Asher, he's here. Yeah, Asher, here they go. I think it's really, really fucking crucial to kind of, if you want to do well at this stuff and you want to learn more, to just literally go out, talk to people, ask questions, experiment. I think a little bit of a nitpick I have with modern YouTubers, and I maybe just modern humans. I don't even know if it's just YouTubers in general, but is what they will do. I just fucking lost my whole train of thought. That's crazy. Fuck, dude. You know what? It's okay. It's the first episode, chat. We're gonna ignore that. Oh, I'm so mad. We had a question from the audience. Hold on, I have to scroll up. Ishmael asked, what do you do if you have a channel and a really good opportunity comes by in a completely different niche? So let's say you're making a lot of if you have a channel in like Roblox, and then I don't know, a fucking Subnautica niche came out, and a good opportunity comes by. Do you think it's worth it to take it, or what do you think?
Wait. Hold up. I'll pop in and answer this one myself if you would like, real quick.
Go for it, DM. You're back on the floor.
All right. So my personal advice when it comes to that is like shiny object syndrome, whatever. Really like only go to a different channel if like it's like an actual gold mine, because sometimes like you'll start it and they'll be like much worse than you actually thought. So like look into it, do hella research, like spend 3 days of just like making videos in advance. No, I'm not 13. Hold up. Yo, I'm not,
Wait, actually?
I no. I just looked over at someone and said I'm 13. Um, so like do hella research, like make content in advance. Like that's the best thing you could do. Like I remember like dude, when I was like 12, like speaking of like 13, 12,
Wow.
this is like some tip I heard a while ago from like I don't even remember who. But it was like whenever we start a new channel, like we get 5 videos in advance, and then before we even like make the channel, actually, it's just like have content plan in advance, and then you're gonna be much better, because you gotta look at like every single new channel is like such a time advance like investment. Yeah, Ashley, you can pop in. So you gotta think about that.
Oh shit.
Best thing to do when it comes to content is whenever you have any free time, go into a new channel, but only go into that new channel when like you actually truly can put 100% into it. And then over time, after trying out hella different niches, you're gonna like find which niche is like that's like your bread and butter, and then you just do from that point on. Just don't even think of new niches. Like if you're good at Roblox, then just keep on spamming Roblox channels, and then just like conquer the niche.
Wait, to add on to what DM said, like the making the 5 videos before you post, I personally do that because that allows you to understand if you're actually able to do this at a consistent rate. Because one of the most important things about succeeding on YouTube is being consistent, and if you can't do that, that's just a signal to yourself, hey, maybe take this at a different approach, maybe make the videos a little lower quality, and because at the end of the day, you're trying to make quality content for your audience to consume at a consistent rate, and that's essentially how you succeed.
Thank you, Asher. Thank you, DM.
Yeah, of course.
Asher, your interview's coming next up. You too, DM. Make sure you clear the schedule. It's happening. Okay. So
All right.
He's 13, by the way.
No, I'm not. I'm not 13, bro. I'm not 13.
Guys, let me get these guys.
Yeah, Asher's actually like, what would you say? You're like 9 years old.
Okay, so I'm moving this to the audience. All right, bye, guys.
Thank you, Asher. Thank you, DM.
I see, right.
Speaking of that, do you believe in quality or quantity? when first starting off. Sorry.
Yo, he's trying to fix his mic. Just trying to put that out there.
Oh no, his mic broke. Ah!
All right.
Wait, I'll answer this one in the meantime then. Quality. Well, like you have to like find the mix, right? Especially in your
Yeah,
niche,
there's
like your
obviously a mix,
competition's like
but
the baseline. So you got to do it better than your competition, but then you got to like find a nice balance of sometimes it's better to put out less quality, like less good work in like the goal of being able to put out more work. If that made any sense. Like do worse work to do more work.
do worse work to do more work?
Like let's say like you spend an hour less on a video to like not perfect it. Now you have an hour to spend on another video. You got to find like that balance.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
his
did
is
not
his
answer that
mic
well. Hold
still fucking up?
Yeah, probably. He would probably speak better. I'm assuming.
DM thumbnail asks, is it worth sacrificing quality to stay on your upload schedule?
Oh yeah, here let me go a little bit more in depth to that. But definitely yeah. I mean, as long as it's not like utter like completely slop. Um it's better just to have a video out than just not even have one at all. Like that's
Uh,
always my mentality.
okay. There we go. Hold on.
Oh,
Sorry.
welcome back. No, you're good, man.
Terribly sorry. Can let me answer the question about the quantity versus quality thing.
Go for it,
So
man. Let me take these guys off the
Mhm.
floor.
So thank you. So while you are just starting out on YouTube, I do think it is best to make as many videos as you possibly can and improve any small aspect of your videos along the way, so that by the time you made a certain amount, you're way more experienced than before. Then once you have that experience, you can take some time to make a better quality video, since you already know exactly what to do right. If you're taking a longer time to make videos early on in your career, you won't improve nearly as fast. So like once you're starting out at YouTube, you should make as many videos as you can and improve as much as you can along the way.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, I'm just writing something down. I'm also like taking notes while you're talking, so like I can. Okay, this is a hot topic that Vexian had an opinion he felt very strongly on. Do you believe in niches? Do you think it's better to kind of just like pick a niche that's doing well, or pick a niche that you have experience in? I guess it's the way to word that. Yeah. Fuck. You know what? It's all good. We're having some technical difficulties. Just give us 1 second, guys. Just give us 1 second.
Switching the positions
Yo,
for.
what's
Okay,
going
there.
on? Wait.
I think Bryce's mic is fucking up.
All right. Can I answer some audience questions? in the
Yeah.
meantime? So Red asked, well, DM, he also asked you this. Looking to start a long form channel, is it worth to repurpose long form content into short clips for short form and double up? Yeah, I feel like you should. If it's personality based, 100%. You've definitely seen those content creators out there like Sambucha, and then all those like robot creators like Creekcraft, Fulton, like they all do that, and I feel like you could. I
Yeah,
personally haven't. Yeah, go ahead.
wait here.
Okay.
My bad if I cut you off.
No,
But
you're good,
my
you're good.
personal my view on it is like you always have you always have the risk of short form viewers aren't used to watching like long form content. So they of course can tank your stats. But depending on if like if you're branded and stuff like that, then it's gonna like a lot less risk. So it's always better to do it at the end of like when long form video is flatlining to hopefully get a little like another push. But when you're starting a channel, it's never really too bad.
Okay,
Hmm.
so real quick, can I answer this question by ZD She
Yes, go for it,
inside the
man.
audience? Okay, so Rice, have you ever spent so long on a video just for it to flop? Of course I have. It's par for the course. Like, if you've been doing YouTube this long, the best thing you can really do is to compare your videos with your competitors and like find out exactly what you potentially did wrong for it to not do well, and do better and improve on your next video. The best thing you can really do is learn from your mistakes and keep going, keep growing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ishmael also had a question. He asked about your views on the World Cup and what it could do for us content wise.
Hold
Are
up.
you saying
Wait,
US content wise or?
yeah, wait, can I answer this?
Yeah. Go for it, Asher.
World Cup, if you guys have like if you don't have a succeeding channel right now and you know soccer, 100% do the World Cup because I know there's some partnership between the World Cup and YouTube, so your content won't even be striked. And if you have an audience of over like 2 billion people, I think something like that, or over 1 billion for sure. Like, what's stopping you? You definitely do well.
You hear
I'll
that,
definitely
everybody
do
in
that.
the audience? Take notes, bro. If you don't have a niche, just learn about soccer and go into the World Cup. It's happening. Come on.
100%.
A lot of things are not often being lucky. It's about being in the right place in the right time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so one thing, you would ask me a question about like whether or not niches exist or are a thing. Let me answer that question real quick. My mic had broken, so
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't get
yeah.
a
Go
chance to
for it.
answer that. Okay, so niches are definitely a thing. Like an audience that like even within a niche, like a bigger niche like Roblox, an audience that watches, say, strongest battlegrounds content is very different from an audience that regularly watches like adopt me content or whatever. People have a big preference for all kinds of different things, and certain people have a more preference for a type of video than another person. So niches absolutely exist, but there are different types of. There are certain YouTube channels that are able to get a very high view count no matter what type of topic they're making. Like for example, there's the YouTuber Lemon. He can make a video on all kinds of topics, from sports to Super Smash Bros. To some weird to like a super niche concept like rogue waves, which is like related to more to oceanography than anything. But despite all that, he gets millions of views on all of those videos. I think that's one of the things I want to achieve the most. I want to grow a YouTube channel where no matter what topic I cover, I'll be able to get lots of views. Other channels like Penguin Z0 are also able to achieve that.
Yeah,
Bro,
Penguin Zero is
Penguin
very like
he's
able to just get on
printing.
camera and be himself. Sorry, what were you saying,
Yeah,
Asher?
no, Penguin Zero is definitely printing, bro.
Yo,
He is,
he made like 20 mil from his channel and just AdSense alone.
yeah, yeah, and he
Yeah,
turned off his
no,
mem.
he's killing it.
He has
No,
his
he didn't turn off
own.
ads. He turned off memberships only. He's
He
still
has
making
his
ad
own
revenue,
like
bro. Why would you turn that
what's
off?
it called? Like esports team and everything, and I think he pays for it all out of pocket,
Yeah,
which is
so
crazy.
I mean, because that's what I meant earlier. Because he's personality based, so like you just have people that come back to you. That's what like for that question, I was like, oh, should you make short clips from long form videos? I've seen success with personality based and like some like gaming videos because it's around you. But if it's like fully faceless, there's nothing that you're really doing, then probably not. You won't have that much
Mhm.
success.
So
Mm.
that type of thing, I've actually personally have given it a name myself, where you can make any video, but you don't have to worry about views you don't have to worry about views and stuff because you know it will be successful no matter what topic you make it on. I've always personally called it YouTube Nirvana because with regular, uh, Nirvana in Buddhism, it's basically when you reach a state where you are no longer held down or concerned by worldly desires. One of the biggest worries YouTubers, including me, have always had is, will this video get enough views? Will the audience like it? But with certain channels like Penguin Z0 and Implement, they can make a video on basically any topic they fucking want to. And not only will they get views, they'll be able to be personally satisfied because they'll be able to both make content on what they want and get lots of views doing so.
And
That's personally what I want to achieve.
it's very low effort too. At the end of the day, I think they just he does what gets on the camera and says, "Dude, look at this fucking news article I saw," and then
Yeah. In fact, Roblox, like you know those Roblox live streams where it's like, oh, donate like a rose on shorts, and it's like, oh, I'll smack my friend's head. Like, I
I
don't know
think
if
I've
you guys
seen
have
those
seen those.
before. Or
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
the it's like the with the little alligator. You know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah,
alligator with
yeah,
like the pins
yeah,
on it?
yeah. Nuri Reels is one of them, and I made a video about him. And then a month later, Penguin Zero made a video about him. So it's kind
Dude, holy. You were early. You should have been like, bro, where's my cut at?
of, I mean,
I want to move on to more of the editing, I guess, part of the process. So I know myself, or maybe just me, maybe it's others, but sometimes I feel as if I'm either over editing or under editing my video. Um, what have you found the best way, if there is the best way, to kind of combat that, I guess, feeling of, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? Shit, you know? Because sometimes I've watched YouTube videos before in the past, and it's like, dude, it's an effect every 30 fucking seconds, man. And I get it, retention. You want to keep their fucking eyes on your video,
bro,
but
that's because of TikTok, 100%.
Yeah,
TikTok
but
has
okay.
indirectly shaped YouTube because like back then you could have like a 3 minute hook and your retention would be fine and your video would perform well, right? But now it's like first like 10 seconds get your point across, otherwise your retention is gonna suck. Like get straight to the point. And like
Mhm.
yeah, me personally, I've like caught myself speeding up long form videos. I don't know if you guys do that too, like
So
speeding it up
yeah.
to get to the point.
speeding it up, really? Like, how fast?
Yeah, like times 2x because I also do that when I scroll. It's like kind of bad. But
Mhm.
it's happening. It's affecting long form too.
Um,
Yeah, so in
Go ahead,
my
Bryce.
personal opinion, while by default I do things like cutting out dead space, I don't put a whole lot of sound effects in my long form because I only make the type of content I would personally watch, and I've never liked the overstimulated stuff that Mr. Beast and those who want to mimic him have always done. So I keep my videos both relatively, both even though I can edit pretty well, I keep my videos both relatively simplistic in the editing, but I always make sure to do, small things like cutting out dead space, making sure my sentences flow well, and I also put things like captions in my videos to help increase engagement. So, but unless there are certain niches that would, just do better with that type of editing, like certain types of video essays. I know there are YouTube channels like Caleb is Salty that have very cool or dynamic editing whenever they talk about things like predators. So I think, while personally I don't use that hyper editing type, I think it's very useful for certain types of video, and especially for YouTube Shorts. I know actually
Hmm.
for when I had that short stint, I had briefly made shorts on the YouTube channel. I knocked up the editing way more than I usually would with my long form because I know short form, like those with short form audiences, typically have a very short lifespan, or not lifespan, but attention span. So what I usually do is just load up a whole lot of sound effects, but not randomly. I make sure the sound effects always correlate to whatever certain action is happening in the YouTube short, which is why I was able to get, I guess a decent amount of views soon after I started making shorts. But I abandoned my shorts channel to focus on my long form, which also started popping off on my new channel around that time.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, okay. What is your I know that everybody has their own like unique way of coming up with fuck me, coming up with video ideas. What is your like ideation process in some of your ways, if you're okay with sharing of you doing that?
Yeah, I can definitely share. So almost every single time I've had a successful video, I first analyze the particular niche I want to create content in, and I only do this in niches that are have a topic that I'm already pretty interested in by default, like say certain Roblox games or certain like TV shows or whatever. So what I do is I analyze the niche, use my own personal knowledge, but of course learn as much as I can. But if I see a certain type of video for a small channel that succeeds well, I try to make that same type of video, but I improve some aspect of it. Like I post more, I improve the editing flow a little bit. And that has always resulted in some of my biggest successes because I see a small channel making a successful type of video, but they always do something wrong that I think I could do better. So I
Hmm.
take that channel and I improve on aspects of it, I do it better, and that has resulted in some of my biggest successes so far.
Okay, okay. That's effective.
6, 7. Okay, sorry. Soul Nest. Sorry,
Okay, bro.
sorry,
Oh my goodness, bro.
sorry. Soul Nest.
Okay,
Soul
get this
Nest.
guy,
I
get this fucking guy out of here,
Sorry,
man.
sorry, 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 sorry.
He's gone. Um,
oh
he's gone. um, what are your? So I know you. Oh, SNN asked, how long did you start posting long form until you say your first 1 million view video? Is that the question?
hold on. I understand what he's saying. It's a bit weirdly formatted, but I understand what he's saying. My first 1 million view video came about 5 years after I first started taking YouTube seriously. So a pretty long time, but that was also when I had some of my biggest successes. And so it took about 5 years to get my first video with 1 million views.
Okay, okay.
Were you,
And
were you fully on? Sorry, sorry. No, keep
what
going.
was maybe the, I guess, biggest hurdle for you to overcome? Would that be like consistency? Would it be maybe even just the drive to want to fucking because it's a lot of work to get in Premiere Pro or CapCut or DaVinci and actually edit, script, cut a video in its entirety. Like that is a lot of work that I feel like is often overlooked.
Mhm. Okay, so one of my biggest hurdles is actually something I wasn't really able to control until after I've started making money. Uh, for most of the time I've created YouTube content, I've had a relatively low quality PC because I remember I've tried making game content so many times, but because my system wasn't very high powered, I was never able to record actual decent content. And so I had to switch to a completely different niche that didn't require as much energy from my computer before I was able to find success. And once I finally got a laptop of my own, I was able to make uh, both different content and have immediate success with that different content due to how much due to how much experience I had gained. So
Okay.
one big problem I've had was I've had a relatively underpowered system.
Um, how would you say, or what is something that you often obsess over in your like creative process? Like, is it editing? Is it script writing? Is it your hook? Is it your thumbnail? Like, what's something that you make sure every single video it's a 10, no matter what, or at least you try to make it a 10.
Mhm. So a lot of what I do, it's fundamentally with the script because if you want to have good storytelling, and it's not just your editing, but it's really about what you're saying and how you're directing the video in your script. So I always spend a lot of time on my script. I make sure to like say I'm explaining things clearly. I speak them out loud to see how it would sound as if I'm actually speaking in a video. So I always make sure to put a lot of work in my script because if you have a good script, the rest of the stuff will come relatively easily, even the editing, at least for me.
Okay, okay, okay.
Can I
Um,
answer a question that someone asked?
go for it,
Oh,
Asher.
sure.
So EXO, no, not EXO. ZD asked Rice, "Do you think it's worth to get an editor?" I'll put my own input and then Rice you can answer. I feel
All
like
right.
off bat, no. Like you need to if you're unable to make your own content, then why are you doing it in the first place? I mean, like for some of my short channels, yes, I have editors for them, but that's after I was able to like scale those channels and get over like 200K subs, and it's like consistently playing views, and they just need to keep editing so I can keep scaling. So if once you're making money, yeah, that's when I'll get an editor. But Rice, what do you think?
Okay, yeah, that's pretty true. Most of what you say is correct. But personally, I've had maybe 1 to 2 videos where I've had an editor, but basically my entire YouTube journey, I've made everything myself, and this is especially beneficial when you're making a very like certain type of video that takes a long time to make, and it tells a story in a way that only you would really be able to tell. Because I'm pretty sure people like Real Carves or lots of other Minecraft channels edit their videos themselves because since the way they've grown, they know best on how to make the best video for their particular audience. But it's also a pretty good idea that once you have enough money, you should, I think, depending on the video type you have, like if you're making commentary videos or whatever, it's very worth it to get an editor so you are able to scale your channel a little bit better. But if you're making videos that typically take months to come out, and it's a specific video type that you would know best since you've grown that channel, it's you. I think you might be better off in that case editing your videos yourself. At least that's my experience so far.
I see. Carves has multiple editors to help him though.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
from
But
Fon.
mhm.
Oh,
So I know maybe not Carves, but there are certain Minecraft YouTube channels that YouTube channels in general. I know Marco Robo for one, uh, for at least for a long time, all the tens of millions of view videos he's gotten, he edits his videos himself simply because he feels like he is the one who's able to do it best.
yeah, you can't have other people exactly create what you envision too, so it makes sense.
Oh, that's a good point. You can't have people create what you envision. Well, I gotta write that fucking down. Um, so you mentioned that you often obsess a lot over hook or not hooks, over your script writing. Let's like do a day in the life of like Rice making a script. What's your first step, and how do you go about that process?
Okay, my first step is, of course, ideation. I think of some ideas based on the content I've made in the past, and I also look to the comments for, to give me, video ideas. And once I find a video idea that I like, first I immediately script and write whatever story I need to tell. And once I'm very, satisfied with the script, I then go into my bedroom and grab my mic, and then I record. So whenever I make like interruptions in my voice whenever I'm recording, I either re-record that part or segment it in such a way that I'd be able to easily cut it out whenever I'm editing. And once I get to the editing phase, first before okay, before I start recording all of my gameplay footage, I spend a lot of time editing down my recording, making sure everything flows well and making sure like my voice is clear that the audience will be able to understand what I'm talking about. And that is a very, very tedious process for me. That and editing captions have always been the most tedious processes for me. But then after that, I record all of the footage that I need to record. I need that. It also usually takes a while, but my personal favorite part is actually, stringing all of the recordings together inside of my editing software. I do use Adobe Premiere Pro, by the way, and I've been using it since the start. So once I've edited everything, I then first I auto generate the captions, and then I go through the captions. I fix any spelling mistakes that the auto captions have made. I do that bit by bit until I've reached the end of the video, and then I also make sure to choose a specific font. I don't make my caption too big or too small. I choose a certain font that I think looks good, and I also change how my caption looks. Like, say, I keep the caption colors white, but I also make sure it shows a big shadow in the background, so it'll be able to stand out against the gameplay. People will be able to
So
read it.
couple steps walking a couple steps backwards. Whenever you had mentioned that you to keep you add all the clips in after you've done the voiceover, and you say you try to keep the pacing pretty smooth, how do you format your pacing, quote unquote, to keep it smooth? It's pretty vague statement.
All right, so I don't have a specific mental process. I simply, like, again, I've already planned for this in my script. Like, whenever I say a certain thing, I imagine in my head the specific type of gameplay I need to do in order to accomplish that. So I simply, while I record, I look at my script, and depending on the script, make sure to record that piece of gameplay that would go perfectly well with what I'm saying. And then whenever I finally bring my recording software into a recording into the editing software, I simply meticulously take those clips and I edit them along with what I am saying, and then I just do that over and over until I end until I finish that editing portion. It's not as complex. It doesn't have a really complex timeline as you might see with certain YouTubers, but I still make sure to always make sure every edit I make makes the information I'm conveying to the audience as concise as possible.
Got you. Got you. Um. So, talking about hold on. Sin has another question. How do you not overthink scenes for each voice line? Because I go crazy with that. From Sniz. How the hell do I say
I
that?
s- I simply reference both my past content and the content that other people have created, and I either replicate what they do or find some small way to improve on it. Again, I don't typically over edit my videos or put sound effects everywhere. All I need to do is to make content that I personally would watch, and I prefer content that has both simplistic but very purposeful and well placed editing. So I simply do that for my videos. I guess.
Got you. Got you. Okay. 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 Um. How do you say you write? How would you say that you've achieved writing better hooks when it comes to long form content? Because long form hooks and short form hooks are completely different. They're like not even in the
Mhm.
same ballpark, I would even say.
Okay, so there are two things I do whenever it comes to whenever it comes to long form hooks. For one, it's always good whenever a person you have a thumbnail, you have a title, and whenever a viewer clicks on your video, it's always good to repeat the title in your videos so as to help reassure the viewer that they aren't going to get clickbaited, that they are going to watch the video as they expect. So it's always
Mm.
good as your hook to explain, not only just to explain the title of your video, but to explain a bit more in depth, uh, while using a higher editing quality than the rest of your video, in order to have the viewer understand what you're making and have them get hyped for it. Mhm.
Gotcha.
And there's
That's
another
great.
thing,
Continue.
and yeah, yeah. There's one thing I do is that whenever I have a title, thumbnail, and for the hook, I simply show an example scene of what the viewer should expect for the rest of the video. I show a scene that I found that I think is particularly funny. I put that at the beginning of the video, which also helps hook the viewers in because now they'll know exactly what to expect. If the rest of the video is as funny as that clip, then they'll be more likely to stay for the rest of the video.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay.
Wait,
Um.
hold up. Can I get my thoughts on that question as well?
Yeah. Go for it, DM.
Sure. Right.
Yeah, so for hooks, short form, like you actually have to have like a genuine hook because like you've literally like 3 seconds before someone has the potential to scroll away. So you have to kind of like look at hooks differently because when someone's scrolling, you have to. It's like a pattern interrupt. Like that's the goal with the hook. You just have to like interrupt the pattern to get them just to stop, and then that's when you can provide the context for them to actually like make the conscious decision to stay for the video. Versus long form, they already go out their way to click on a video, so you don't have to really do as much of that. Like, because you basically have a guaranteed couple of like 10-20 seconds before someone even has the potential to click away. So with long form, in my opinion, like it's better to do like rather than doing like a hook with just this is what the video is about. It's better to allude to like what the video will like have in it, and then optimize for keeping them till the end, like presenting the payoff and stuff like that, rather than having like a more so of a hook.
I see. I see. I see. Um. You already answered the do you use AI in your script writing. You said no, so I won't even.
Yeah, so I should say it out loud just for
Oh
the
yeah.
audience to read. So, yeah, for Ishmael said, how do you use AI or do you use AI at all to streamline your script writing? No, I do not use AI at all, and I've never used AI to write my script. I write everything myself. He said, Boredom says, you do YouTube full time? No, I do not currently. I am a college student and I do YouTube part time. Although I've always had a dream to make it full time someday, and I'm currently working towards that. How old are you? ZD She asks, how old are you? I'm 21. I'm going to be turning 22 in August.
W
But
W.
yeah.
Young.
Mhm.
Ishmael asked, "What is an anti hook? And could you can
What?
I ask about strategies such as rehooks and other retention tricks, if you know any?"
Sorry, anti hook.
Anti
Can you
hook?
link to that?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll add you on
anti
it.
hook.
Well, I can
Anti
answer
hook.
this one. I can answer this one if you'd like.
Yeah,
Go
yeah. I
for it.
think that's good.
All right, so anti-hook is basically it's kind of the opposite of regular hook. You're basically putting someone into the video without any context. Like for example, Zach Films, he just starts his videos and you're already like learning about the story. Like when a man does this, like there's no like hook really. It's just you're instantly into the video. That's really good because then it's just like supernatural. Um, so yeah, and then like rehooks and stuff like that, mainly just for long form or longer shorts. Basically, you're just um basically making a mention of why they should stay to the end. Like again, you're basically restating the hook. And
Mm-hmm,
just
mm-hmm.
like for example, with long form, like a really good strategy is having like three different points in the video or like three different goals like you're trying to do. And then after every single one, you're just like, but at the end of the video, we're like, this is not even like comparable to what happens at the end. Stuff like that. And then finally, other retention tricks. Um, really just write like a story. You just have to it's mainly just all comes down to the idea when it comes to like retention. That's like 90% of everything with YouTube. But just make it so a viewer like there's as little resistance as possible to like watching a video fully.
Yeah, I like to describe it as your video should be like mental baby food. Like you should burn 0 calories when you watch the
Mm.
video. I shouldn't have to think at all. It should just like come to me like slop. That's why brain rot does so well. You burn no calories, dude. You see Triple T walk around with a baseball bat and that's it. Um Moving on to thumbnails. Do you think A/B testing thumbnails is good, or should I choose one thumbnail, then after a week or two change it, and then look at it, look at the stats, and go from there? I know Vixian has the opinion that A/B testing is hot button. You should do it manually. Do you
Really?
guys
He
have
says
any?
that.
Yeah, that's what the Vixian
Damn.
says. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
I
Damn, I
definitely
love A/B
use.
testing.
Yeah, I use it all the time. I make
Yeah.
three variants of the thumbnails. I make three variants of thumbnails. They also have A/B testing for titles. They added it fairly recently, so I use that as well. So I use
Mm.
like make three different titles, make three different thumbnails. Over time, YouTube will choose how the best one, the one that people respond to the most. I think it's a very efficient tool for testing out
Yeah.
your click-through rate. Yeah.
For A/B
Um.
testing, some of you guys know me from my I Should Speed tutorial, and I did do A/B testing on that, and I figured out like the top two best thumbnails. But that wasn't it. That wasn't it. My impressions started dying out. Right, started capping out at like I don't know 700K, 600K, and then I was talking to DM, and he was like,
Oh yeah, here's
"Yo,
some aura
try
right here.
this." Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we tried that, and then my impressions went up to like 1.3 mil, and I got like 50K more views. So A/B testing, if you keep constantly A/B testing, it'll definitely grow.
Oh,
Gosh.
100%.
Got you. EXO asks, can you guys tell me the difference between cold traffic, warm traffic, and hot traffic?
I don't think I've heard. Maybe I'm just kind of. I've never heard
I've
of
never
such
heard
a
of
thing.
that.
I'm sorry.
You never heard of that
Yeah.
either? Okay, I thought I was crazy.
No.
You think that was a joke, Michael? Oh my god, I just got fucking pranked live. Wait, whatever.
That's funny. Why did I get credit?
Wait, I even put that on my like whole Notion, dude. Whatever, dude. I'm like setting this message on fire. Um
Hmm.
Well, we are about the hour mark.
Wait,
Yeah.
Monka, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Oh shit. I'm
Why,
getting questions. Yeah, what's good, bro?
Okay.
why do you do these podcasts? Just
Dude,
out
I
of curiosity.
fucking love talking. That's it. I love talking and I love
Bro,
learning. I can farm information this way and then farm it to share it to everybody else. It's
then
too
Yeah.
make a
free.
YouTube channel around that. Bro, do
What
what you
YouTube
like.
channel?
Wait.
Yeah.
This is like irrelevant, but like this is a tip to all of you guys. If you're ever like if you feel stuck, just look at your niche. Do you like making your videos? If you don't, stop. Like do something you love. Like my speed channel, I used to like and you naturally consume those videos. They're just addicting to watch. And I was like when you find a niche, I always scroll on my own account. I never scroll on like those incognitos that everyone else says because you find stuff that are personalized for you. So think about it that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I'd say one big piece of advice I'd give is only really make content about a topic that you've been interested in before. Because personally, if like even if I see a niche that has a lot of views, if I'm not interested in the game or I don't like it, I don't typically make videos in that niche because I want to enjoy doing YouTube, so I want to make content about things that I enjoy. So I do recommend that because if you try to constantly make content about something you are not interested in or even dislike, you'll get burned out very quickly. At least in my
Mm.
opinion.
And burnout is
Uh,
like the infinite mind killer. Like avoid burnout at all costs. Take breaks.
yes.
Take breaks. Take care of yourself. Eat. Sleep. Don't sleep. Actually, no YouTuber sleeps. By the way, any YouTuber that's
Hour.
successful, they get an hour of sleep a day. Um,
Oh, totally.
Tower
Preferably
King
30 minutes.
asks, which can get you monetized faster, horizontal streams or vertical streams? Wait, what are? I don't know what that is. Like short
I
form or long form?
verticals. No, no.
Yeah, I don't,
Whereas like regular streams, so while I do not do vertical streams are basically how well, like whenever every like 10 shorts you swipe, you encounter a stream that's in the format of a YouTube short.
Hmm.
Have you encountered that before?
I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a vertical stream is. And I know a lot of YouTubers have used vertical streams to get a lot of subscribers, but I personally don't use vertical streams or I don't even do YouTube shorts a whole lot, so I can't answer that question. Sorry.
I see. I see. I see. Um, would you be okay with taking some questions, like having people come up here and speak?
Sure, of course.
Okay, we'll do like 30 minutes of this. Uh, Raise your hand if you have a question. If you come up here and troll, I'm gonna kill you with a hammer. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a
Agreed.
joke. That's a joke. Um, but yeah. Oh, look, Thumbnailed wants to speak. Okay, what's up, Thumbnailed?
What's up? I just wanted to say thank you for coming out, Rice, DM. Thanks for hosting this, Monka. My
Oh, wow.
question is,
Okay.
what are your thoughts on like hiring people? How much money should you be making? What should you pay them? What positions should you hire? Just
Okay.
that in general.
So if you have a specific aspect of your content that you feel you could automate, like for example, not automate, but hand off to other people, like making thumbnails and with certain types of with certain types of like content editing as well, then I'd suggest there are places like Upwork where you can hire editors and thumbnailers to make those types of aspects of your video for you, while you are able to put more focus on other aspects of the video, like your script or I guess your editing, if you want to do that yourself. And I think you really should only be doing this once you maybe it depends on the niche, but like at least several thousand per month. If you're making if you're choosing a specific type of editor or thumbnail that will result in you know you making your videos better or you increasing the quantity of your videos you are making while keeping the quality, then yeah, I suggest you hire people to help you in that case.
Okay, thank you. DM, what are your thoughts on that?
Hold up, I was completely zoned out. I have no clue what the question
The
was.
question here, I can answer.
Okay, let me hear.
So for hiring, like I said earlier, were you here when I was talking about like hiring
Yeah, I've been here the
to
whole
scale? Okay, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like positions wise, I personally think. Do you guys know Infi's Diary?
No.
Okay.
I'm not sure what that is.
He's one of my friends. He scaled his channel to like 150K a month, shorts only, and
Crazy.
like this is profit. And all he did is that he had an editor and he had a clip sourcer because it's all commentary. And all he did, because you want to still provide you like, if you're are you trying to automate or are you trying to like scale?
Scale for sure.
Is there any automation that you're trying to do?
Maybe in the future, but not at the moment.
Okay, because automation wise, I feel like YouTube isn't there yet. Because at the point, if you're gonna automate your channel, what's stopping the people that are working for you to start their own channel? Right? You always gotta provide value. So
Right.
I wouldn't. Yeah, Anthony, what Anthony said, I would go to like third world countries and hire them as well, because you would get them cheaper relatively for the same quality.
You think they would be able to provide the same quality?
Yes. In India, $300 is monthly average wage.
Oh yeah, like wait, hold up. I
Fuck,
think I
is
got the
that
information now.
true?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
hold on.
for me, like depending on like a channel, especially for short form, like I know people who pay their editors like $5 a short with bonuses. That's a little bit scummy, I'm not gonna lie, like that low. I typically like $10, like $12. That's my typical rate for short form editors. But you wanna really outsource the like low leverage tasks, which is editing. Like editing, you can like have an extra hour, like 2 hours of your day if you just simply put in the like $10 to like it's so much more worth it. Then you can spend those 2 extra hours planning for more content or going to a different channel. So you definitely want to automate the low like leverage tasks, but still keep on doing like the most important things yourself. Like for example, the ideation, the script writing, the clip sourcing, because that's what like really matters. And then one other thing I'll say, like teach your editors, like teach them like pretend like they're like a student of yours. Like you got to teach them the entire niche. Like there's always the risk of an editor like taking your niche and then running that up, which has happened to me before. But it doesn't really matter because like in the end, like as long as they stick with you. But like record like screen record your like you editing and then just like walk through the entire process of how do you edit, like what your like philosophy behind it is and like the whole goal of what you're trying to do with the channel.
Okay, 100%. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can take me offline.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming up here, thumbnail.
I
All
think
right.
Minecraft there's a Minecraft
Fun wants
YouTuber
to get up here.
called
Oh wait, you're
yeah,
fun.
Gabe
I'll get you up next.
DMC. Oh yeah.
When's the school course coming? Never.
Never,
We're never.
never.
welcome.
We hate membership. We hate.
We hate
Thanks.
memberships here. We hate memberships here.
How's it going, gang-a-lang? Okay, so my question
Hello.
is sponsors. I know those people who get sponsors make so much money. How can I get sponsors on my videos? I make long forms, like 100-day videos, and how can I like reach out to brands and be in like a high leverage position where they want to be on my videos?
All right.
Okay.
I'll answer this one. I'll take this one myself if you would
Okay,
like.
Alright.
okay.
All right. So always have an email in your description. If you're running multiple channels, don't have the same email in different channels because someone can actually just copy that email, put it into the search bar, and find every single channel with that email in the
That's
description.
how all my channels have gotten leaked. Yep. But I can
Yeah,
vouch.
that's some
Huh.
unknown tech.
Oh
That's
my
some unknown
goodness.
ball knowledge. So
Mhm.
that's a free little niche finder. If you find someone having like an email in their channel description and it doesn't look specific for that channel, just put it in the search bar and then like you might find some free niches. But
Okay, wow.
definitely so just make different Gmails for like every like
Mhm.
branded channel and like every big channel you have it in the description, of course. And then this is some other like unknown tech. If you have like a big enough audience, what you can just use like Claude like or ChatGPT like agent mode and have it find companies based off of like that would potentially sponsor you based off your like
Yeah.
audience like demographics, and then just cold outreach, just like spam email like hella people.
Yeah, one strategy one of my friends does, he goes on LinkedIn and finds like their promotional manager, like the guy that actually works
That
on
is
getting
smart.
sponsors to people. And he goes and sends them a DM on LinkedIn. And he's like, yo, bro, here's my channel, here's my audience. Let's link up.
That's really smart.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, guys. That was my question.
Yeah, thanks for coming up here,
Awesome.
Fonfon.
Of course.
On the goat.
Fonfon's the goat, man. You guys great. Great. Top
Love
3 funniest
Fonfon.
people I know.
I think Gabe DMC wanted to speak earlier. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I saw the hand request for a second. Here it is.
It's not glaze, bro. It's called brotherly love, bro.
Wait, yeah. All right. What's good,
Right.
ZD?
AZ.
What's your-
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yo,
Yes.
wait, how old are
Yeah.
you?
Well, I just started like my channel like I don't know like probably a month ago.
Oh, let's not answer the question. I mean,
Oh
if
my
you don't
goodness.
want to, if you're uncomfortable, that you don't gotta.
That's fine. My question is that I can't seem to get like the viewers' attention for more time. I've tried adding AI voice and I've tried putting up like what I'm doing as a title like even in like the first like 5 seconds of the video, but nothing is seeming to help. Do you have any solutions for that?
Are you talking about shorts?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't really answer this question since most of my experience is with the long form. So I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
Mm,
What was this
yeah.
question? I couldn't really hear him.
You
I
think-
didn't really get the question either. Sorry, man.
you just type it in the chat. All right.
Yeah, type
ZD?
it.
So how old are you? Did you answer that question?
Nah, if you, I
Yeah,
think you
so-
Okay.
would.
If he doesn't want to, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
13.
Did you just say 19? Did I just hear that right?
His ass is not
Oh,
19.
13.
13.
Yes.
I mean, W, starting early. Stay in school, kid.
No,
Kids.
drop out of school right now.
No, bro. Stay in school. Don't drop
Yeah.
out. All
No,
these
no,
dropouts in
no,
the
no,
chat
no.
saying
Stay in
drop out. Don't do it.
No, that's not what aura that is. You drop out of high school to do YouTube.
Wait,
Yeah, and then all your channels get terminated the next day. What you gonna do, bro?
and then all your channels get termed. Don't drop out.
Yo,
Don't
do
drop
not-
out,
don't
especially at
listen to
13.
No. Yeah, don't. No.
Yeah. No,
Go to
don't do that.
college, dude. Get your degree. Don't get 2 degrees. Whatever you
Be,
do,
just
do
be like
not.
DM, like barely pass all your classes and get like a 2 GPA. You're chilling, bro.
No, I don't have a 2. I have a 3. Like 3.1.
3.1's not
minus
bad.
2.
That's not bad. I'm failing 7 out of 9 grades right now. I'm gonna have to redo the school year. Wait, that's not a
Yeah, it's
W.
alright.
That's an L, man. That's an L. Not fire, bro. Lock in. You need to get out the podcast and go study. Hit the books.
Oh my goodness, bro. Yeah.
Do you have any other questions, ZD? Or
So basically, I was also trying to do a few long form for long form content like ranking some of the characters in like one of the games that I'm doing. Do you think I should do that or I should just stick to shorts? Do you think it's good to like mix or stick to one thing?
Just make the
Mm.
video. I think you can just try to make the video. Even like if you're having this many doubts, and if you're starting this early, just make as much content as you possibly can.
Yeah, just get hella
Like-
reps in. That's like the #1 goal.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
if
bro.
you ever like having second thoughts about something, just post it. You lose nothing from posting a video unless if it's like not
unless
that
it's
good.
100% AI, then I think you lose a lot.
Yeah,
I think you
no.
lose a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
Like my second short I ever posted is now my second most viewed video. It still gets views to this day, and that was a short I debated posting,
Yeah, man.
which is
That's
insane.
Sticky
So-
notes were an accident, yo. Fonfon has a second question, so I'm gonna switch out. It's great having you up here, ZD. I wish you luck, boss man.
Best of luck.
Stay in
You got this,
school
gang.
too. Stay in school. Don't
Yeah,
piss me off.
Or lock in so hard this summer that you can just drop out next year.
True,
No.
true. No sleep.
well,
Fonfon, you're back,
Oh.
man.
My bad. I'm hogging up all the questions time, but I have
No one else has
really
their hand
important
raised. You're good.
question. Okay, yeah, that's what I. Anyways, I got it. You guys know Fbo, right? He makes these Minecraft videos where
Oh,
it's
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
like PvP
Parkour
civilization. for Red
civilization.
Alert.
100%.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My fucking
The
goat, bro.
Evo.
So what he-
Yeah, love that
the
guy.
Evo. What he does is he makes them in episodes, right? Where it's like episode 1, level 2, level 3, right? And then he makes a full movie video. I do something similar where my videos are so long, they're like 1 to 2 hours long because it's 100-day videos. Should I do that as well, where it's like day 1 to 25, then 50, then 75, and then a full movie? Or should I just thug it out and do the 100 days, like one video?
Oh, do the 100 for
but-
sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
100
like,
days. Like literally, no
honest-
one breaks 100 days into pieces. Like
Your
not.
RPM would be insane because it's
can- you
it's
can-
harder.
Yeah.
It's harder to hold an
Oh.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
for that
really
long.
only, especially on like a newer channel, like you can really only do like the different parts if you already have an audience who will watch those parts.
Yeah.
And FBO's in like that position.
Yeah.
What you can do is like, I don't know, make a second channel, have like them cut up, but like that's not a good idea in my opinion. But
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Anthony said like in my opinion both. Yeah, like that's always a good choice as well. I mean,
Just like
depending
try
on, like,
experiment.
like, I mean, you can experiment with it. My personal advice is always going for the 100. Like, don't have any parts cut up.
Because like if they're already on your video, they'll just watch the rest rather than you like hoping that they'll come back every day.
See, my thinking was that the weekly episodes bring in like new viewers because the videos are really short, right? And then the long form, they just like that's also new viewers at the same time, like even more.
Yeah, but
Yeah, you do
imagine
have like the
someone comes on,
Ye-
on like the first days and then there's no more
Yeah.
other days to
yeah,
binge.
you've the question of like, oh, what if
Mm.
you like, let's say every single week you post 25 days, and at the end of the 25 days you have the complete 100 days. You might
Yeah,
get
well,
different
yeah.
viewers for all of them, and then
Uh-huh.
like, because the one that have the most is like the full 100 days, because who's gonna click on like, oh, 25 days surviving in this, or like day 25 to 50, you know?
See,
I mean,
there's
that's
this one guy that
the
actually
question.
does it, and his videos bang. Here, I'll put him in the chat. His name is Modest Gamer, right? He does it for Farming Simulator. He does, excuse me, he does year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, and then he does a full movie where it's like all 4 years into one really long video. And those always freaking bang, bro. Like every single time, the full movie gets more views than the episodes, but the episodes get more views as well.
Yeah, I mean, he does have the good thing of having it be like 1 year versus 25 days. It's
Yeah,
just like
that's
better
true. That's true.
numbers, stuff like that. So I mean, it'd be definitely worth experimenting with, but I can't really give a
Mhm.
clear answer.
It's like a
I
Ryan
would
Chance
say the whole
thing.
100.
Yeah, true. All right, thanks guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Thanks,
Course.
Fon.
Absolutely.
course.
There's another guy, Moop. I hope I'm saying that right.
Moop.
Moop. What's up, Moop?
Hello. Moop.
Hello.
Hey, Moop. What's your question, man?
Okay, sorry, I'm kind of nervous, but so I just made a shorts channel, and I've been posting
Mhm.
like 2 videos like every day for like a few weeks now. So I was wondering, like, my videos aren't really getting like that much more views, and also like a lot of people have said that like my niche is like cooked or something, because it's like a gift talk kind of, where it's like a caption on a clip, and my videos are only like 7 seconds long. So I'm wondering if that's like
Oh,
possible to get a successful channel with that.
are you competing with Zdak?
I don't know who that is.
I
Search of
think it's
Zdak.
that Zdak.
Is it-
It's like the purple guy. I'm not sure. Zdak is that purple guy.
Yeah, wait, is it like the reaction GIF at the bottom and like is that what
Yeah.
you're doing?
Oh,
No, Zdak. Here, wait. Can you
Yeah,
guys
I
search
know
this?
who
But yeah,
Zdak
here,
is.
well, I can answer this. I know what he's talking about.
No,
Um,
no. Oh yeah, continue. Sorry.
Well, especially in that niche, just like gift talk, stuff like that. I personally I'm completely against those type of niches, because you have the nerf of just not, there's like a hard cap to how good content can be. It's just like you can't improve it anything more, and then it's also not even monetizable in the first place. Like there's such
Yeah,
a
and even if you
chance
do
you're
get
gonna
monetized, you're gonna get hit with repetitive. Right, algorithms are.
100%. Yeah, not really worth it doing that content. It's
not really-
extremely oversaturated as well.
It's
Well,
not like
like,
quality
it's-
content.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely possible, but you're gonna have to. It's probably gonna take you like hella months before you actually get into like the momentum going, because
Plus-
how saturated this is at the start.
Yeah, plus you're not gonna have a lot of engaged views, which is what you get paid off of, 'cause your videos are so short. So,
yeah, I've realized I don't really have any engaged views.
Yeah, you should try a different niche, honestly. I'm sorry.
Well, no. I mean, if
Well,
it's looking good for you right now, then like keep going for it, and then maybe like, since how little time it would take you, think about starting a second channel on the side and then putting like hella time into that one. Or you could just start pivoting this current channel into something that's like a little bit more, like you can easily turn into ranking. Wait, I didn't even think about that. You can probably easily
the
like go into
ranking
ranking.
videos.
Yeah, I feel like ranking would be a much better niche for you to like be able to stand out in. I think it's like what I think Asher mentioned it. Like, there's only so high content can really go, or some kinds of content can go, and after that certain point, it's like imagine you seen it. What's that Buzz Lightyear gift of them all like sitting there in the fucking store? Hold on, let me go find it. You're in that situation. You're just one of the few, and making significantly less money because you have significantly less subscribers. IMO.
oh yeah, guys, completely random. Do you guys like the server icon now?
So
Did you change it again?
No, like the animation.
Oh yeah, it's great. I used it for the podcast thing.
Yeah,
Oh, it's pretty
Yeah.
nice. It's quite nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very W.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Asher.
Very
W.
W.
Asher. But did that answer your question maybe a little bit? Moop. Was that helpful? Smile emoji.
Yeah, that was helpful. Thanks a
Oh
lot.
yeah.
man.
By the way, if you do end up like going the long form, definitely do branded long form. Just have like a voiceover in between clips. Trust me, it'll be like 50 times better for you when like you're gonna have to appeal.
Okay.
Infinitely better. Of your voice,
Yeah.
not of text to speech. Of your voice.
Yeah, don't use your voice.
Use your voice.
Mhm.
But yeah, thanks for coming up, Moop.
Yeah, thank you
Okay,
very much.
thanks a lot.
You did great, bro.
It's www.
WWW. Okay. Do we have any more questions? We're coming towards the end, folks. Tower King. Nope, not Tower King. Speak now or forever hold your peace, guys. Gilbert.
Gilbert. Yeah.
It's good,
Hey
Gilbert.
guys,
My boy Gilbert. What's up?
hey guys. So I got a question. I do Minecraft content, Minecraft animation, and I know that you can get more money if you like do that content from people from the US. So as my content is it's Spanish, okay? I'm a Spanish YouTuber. So my question is, if I upload my videos, my Spanish videos, and I just change the language to English, will have the same impact
Hmm.
like in a new channel?
Ooh, I mean, I know like wait, hold up. I forgot if you said this. Short form or long form?
Sure. Well, I want to do both.
Okay. Yeah, well, I know hella people who just like convert niches into different languages, especially like going from Spanish to English. It's 100% possible. Like that's definitely a good idea. Um I mean, I don't really know how well it would go for long form because I've never even like experimented or done any research or
Okay.
anything like this, but I know short form would be great.
You do
Oh,
you do Spanish, right?
yeah. I speak Spanish.
Um,
I do.
One of my friends, he had like I don't know if this is relevant. I was like zoned out, but he had like an English Roblox channel, got like 1.1 million subs. And all he did is recreate his video. Like he literally just added an AI voiceover and made it all Spanish on another channel, got like 300K subs and made like an easy $10,000.
Okay. Okay,
Alright.
that's good to know. Thank you guys.
Oh, no problem, bro. Thank you for coming up. W. Gilbert.
Thank you very
W.
much.
Gilbert.
DD,
No,
don't
you
quit,
should
bro.
don't drop out of college. Finish it, dude. I'm a
Yeah.
double major, forensic science and chemistry. Okay, it's doable. All right.
Now ZD, wait, hold up. That Loki like made me think of something. ZD, you're Loki like hella far ahead of everyone if you think about it. Like you're 13 already doing this. Imagine you stick with it, like go crazy at it for the next 3 years, then like you're gonna be 16, which is how old I am, and then you're gonna be doing it for 3 years before like. So, dude, if you like lock in now, just like never give up, and then YouTube in general is just if you give up, that's when you actually quit, or that's when you actually lose with YouTube.
DM, can I ask you a question?
Mhm.
What other what other channels have you had in the past, or at least how many channels have you had?
I mean a lot. I mean like buying and selling channels, of course, but I mean I don't really leak like any of my own channels because of course I don't really care about it too much anymore. But I'd say I'm best at just general commentary and shorts, which I kind of hate because I hate commentary. But that's mainly just all the successful channels I had. I'm currently running up like Roblox channels right now. I'm getting into it, like one or like doing 2 right now. But yeah, and then I'm currently getting like fully into long form as well.
I see. That's pretty cool.
W. Well, folks, if there's no more questions, we will put a pin on this, or not a pin on this. We will call this the end. I want to thank you once again, Rice, for coming on here and talking with us, and you too, DM, and you too, Asher.
Absolutely.
I would love to
Are you
wait.
welcome.
Wait. My bad. Sniz asks, what do you think about hitting a scaling limit Oh my god, why are there so many people typing? What do you think about hitting a scaling limit in your niche? Let's say a small Roblox game. I don't understand the question.
Oh, like a scaling limit, like you're reaching the max amount of like people in the audience.
Imagine a
Like-
game with 10K currently playing users only. Okay. Wait,
Well,
Sniz,
yeah,
come
I
up
know
and
you.
respect to speak, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, come up here, Snids.
But yeah, just come up here, bro. Bet. Okay.
Wait here, I can invite you to speak.
Sniz is 9, by the way. Fire emoji. We have a 9-year-old in here. That'd be fire.
I'm not 9 years old. What's up, guys?
What's up, bro? All right. What's your question, man?
So I was gonna ask, like, imagine there's a game with like 10K players, right? And then you hit the audience limit on your like view base. What do you do?
Like,
Okay.
Depends what the audience limit is.
Wait,
Can't lie.
I can lucky. I'll lucky answer this one as well. I mean, you got to think about like the TAM, like total accessible market, how many like max views you can reach. When you get into that position, it's obviously like in my opinion, I'd say it's a pretty good position because you have a couple of things to like look at. Because first off, like you have to like, keep in mind that like audiences are both just like there's some people who will like just watch content just for like the game itself, and some people who will watch it for the game plus like, oh, it might be a unique idea, and that's why they're watching it. And there's also the people who watch it purely just based off of, oh, this is a super unique idea. So like the market that you're thinking of, it's probably a lot bigger than like it actually is, because there's some people who will just watch that game if it's just a unique idea. So focus hella on like super unique ideas. Like there's not really much you can do scaling wise. So just get into like the routine. You can always start another channel as well, because you got to keep in mind there's probably some viewers who will be willing to watch another channel. So you can easily just start another channel and then post similar content, or just go into like different games, different niches.
Yeah,
Because
bro,
you've
that
like
sounds fire.
maxed out that one.
Yeah, thank you for answering that, bro.
Yeah, let me know if that made sense at all, or if you have any other more in-depth questions.
Nah, I'm good, bro. Like I have no more questions.
All right,
All right, that's pretty good.
All
Thank
right,
you
see
so
y'all,
much.
guys.
all right, first,
All right,
first.
see y'all. Have a nice day.
See you.
Hey, see ya. All right, anybody else have any questions before we end the podcast?
I see Ishmael is requesting to speak. He's removing it again for some reason. I'm not sure why.
he's like requesting and like unrequesting, so I don't know. I think he's trolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trolling. Okay.
Me, I got a
Okay.
question. Is
Wow.
doing the same stream idea every day bad? I have no idea. Like I've never actually looked into the world of short form streaming. Definitely do research yourself, but I mean, I would presume it's not the greatest because, inauthentic. But yeah, I can't answer that.
There's a guy here who did
Yeah.
Roblox scam live streams.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah,
Oh my-
you know what's
Whoa,
super funny?
who?
Wait, I actually know who this is. He is a video from like Penguin Zero. He's like in the thumbnail of one. It's actually sick. Nicky
And he's in
Noodlepod.
here?
Oh, him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
No,
met him,
because
bro.
he posted
Okay.
he posted a video similar to like Wolf Money's like $1 to like $1,000 a day, but he did it with a AI slop niche. Banger video, Lucky. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, I saw this a while back, dude. Yeah, I saw it like it was like 10 views, not even 10 views, like 100 views, I'd say.
Wait, that's
Crazy. Yeah, this is his channel. It's looking interesting as hell if you would like to watch it. But yeah, it's so funny. Like I was just watching the video, and then he has like a part, like a scene where he has his Discord profile just like doing something, and I recognized it, and I was like, wait, I know this guy. And then I looked in the server, it's like, oh wait, it's him. So, yeah,
Wait.
and then he has
that's scary.
My goodness.
let me see if I can find
Wow.
the
This
Penguin
is-
Zero video. Yeah, here,
this-
yeah, here it is. Wait. If you look on the far left, that's him.
Wait. That's like scary.
You look on the
That's
far
him.
left.
This is crazy. Yeah, he sent me that same video. My God. Wow.
No shot, dude. No shot. Damn. Low key.
This fucking server, this server is crazy. Like, don't put in me saying a cuss word. But
wait. Why is he wearing a Burger King crown? Yeah.
Burger King crown.
They sent his face. That's him. Nicky Noodle Paws.
That is insane.
Wow. Holy bone knowledge. Huh, okay. Well, this was great. If you guys know anybody that are like really smart, I would love to come on here and talk. I already have oh fuck. Well, now people are requesting to speak again. Come on, guys.
All right. Anthony Thumbnailed wants to speak again.
Maybe we could just like
Oh, okay.
let Anthony in.
My fault.
All right,
What's up, Pez?
Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, Anthony?
Hello.
Yep. Just curious. So, I'm kind of new here. Well, at least to the server. I'm curious what your guys' mindset on finding new niches is like.
Anthony. Aren't we making more than 10K a month?
I'm just curious if you guys are doing anything different for what I am. from
Oh,
my videos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like me personally, like I'll just get hella into a channel and then like I'll just start thinking of hella other niches and I'll just keep those in like my back mind for whenever I actually start another one. So I don't really like specifically look for niches anymore. I mean, best bet in my opinion, I just scroll on YouTube Shorts now and just watch YouTube rather than like watching TV. And I feel like that's by far the best method for finding niches.
Yeah.
Just watch YouTube. Sometimes it is just as simple as that.
Yeah,
But,
a handful of my channels started off that way. I don't know. I appreciate that info.
Wait, Anthony.
So honestly, at this point, I just use AI myself. I don't look for channels.
Anthony.
so much.
Damn.
If you don't mind me asking, what are you doing next week, bro?
Baseball.
Like you play baseball?
Yo,
it's a
Tower.
league, yeah.
Hold on, pause, guys, pause. Tower.
What's up?
How old
bud?
are you?
Yo,
was like
yo,
15.
what did I just read?
I'm not even gonna get attention to that. Anthony, would you want to
Let's
come
calm
on
down.
and be on the DMScales podcast one day? Maybe next week? Smile.
I'm down.
I'd love
mean,
to see this guy.
I am
Hell
a
yeah.
YouTube automation coach for a few gurus, which I get the bad rap for them, but the way I look at it is, I'm just a coach who didn't sell the program. So if anything, I'm helping them.
Now you're the goat, bro. You're actually the
Wait,
you're a
W.
goat.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Y'all heard it here first. Next episode is Anthony and Tony.
Awesome.
Oh, boys, we also might do like a little. I was talking to Sam with Algro. We might get a little $1 like a month intro deal to Algro and have like an Algro call.
I'm
in the
sorry.
server.
Sorry, what? Could you repeat that?
Okay, wait. No, I was talking to him. We might have like a call about Algro in the server, and then he talked about how they're gonna do subscriptions like $1 for like the first month.
What's the
Wait.
standard? What's the regular
If that makes
subscription?
sense. 25
I
for the lowest.
Damn. Holy shit. Oh,
I personally have a free subscription on free AI models.
Wait, do you just make your own tools, Anthony?
No, the gurus I talked about make their own tools because that's like the next level of
Dude.
guru talk, right? Make your own AI model.
Yeah, making your own tools
and-
is so meta.
Yeah, it is. So there's gonna be free tools to try out. I'm using TubeGen right now. It's pretty good. I'm not selling you guys. I promise. It's just, I actually use it.
#ad. There's no sponsors for this podcast, by the way. This is all ran off the seaweed chips I ate this morning and my tangerine.
actually,
Anthony.
can I ask what YouTube channel are these podcasts going to be saved on?
So about that, I was originally just gonna like post it on like a Google Drive, and then
Yeah,
someone was like,
I'm down to upload it like unlisted on my channel and then send it to the server.
I think I might just make a whole new
I
channel
see.
and then just post them on
Yeah,
there.
I think a whole new channel would do would be the best. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
think that'd be pretty
Wait,
cool.
Anthony, I have a question real
up?
quick for you. You said like you use AI for finding your niches. What do you use NextLab's like MCP?
No, it's TubeLab. I'm not sure what they use exactly, but it's part of
Oh, you
TubeLab.
I got you. All right.
Yeah. The way I started challenges
I've
was
always
for under 3 months and everything like that.
Mhm.
Long form type shit.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to shill in the studio. Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay, we already did that. Hashtag ad. It was at the very beginning. Okay, he had his ad runtime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, I will hit you in the DMs and we will try to figure out a date and time. Ideally, maybe Saturday, same time.
Dude,
That just seems
I'm technically
simplest.
unemployed, so.
Oh, you're unemployed, so you're free all the time. Fuck yeah.
All right, I'll catch you boys later. See ya.
Yep.
Hey, see,
Have a good day, man.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.
But yeah, I'm gonna probably make a whole new channel and post it on there. Because I have one I did with Vexian. I want to re-record the one that I low-key might re-record the one I did with Vexian too. There's so much good information. I don't know. I gotta post this one. I need to redo Asher's and then post Rice and then edit Vexian's. And that's two. Two not including
Oh, yeah.
Asher's redone. But yeah, I'm gonna make a whole new channel for it because the Google Drive kind of thing is stupid, and I don't want to like just unlist them because I feel like the information's too valuable to just be like, oh, bro, you have to go to this certain Discord and click on this certain link. But I don't know how this gatekeeping shit works, anyways. So yeah. Anyways, this was great. This was fun. If you guys know anybody that would love to talk, literally anybody, send them my way. I'll work my magic on them. Fuck gatekeeping. Yes, fun. But this was great. I had fun. Any final questions? Going once. Going twice.
Guys, me and DM are gonna stay in this call, so if you guys still have questions after, don't worry.
Yeah,
Wait,
okay.
why? No, wait, why me?
Wait, no, we're not. It's over after I leave. I'm the host. Sorry, guys. It's done.
Oh, Bad Main Man is requesting to speak.
People are still requesting to speak.
Yeah, Bad Main Man wants to ask a question.
I pulled thumbnailed up on accident. Oh my god.
Oh, you can put him up here if you want. I'll go mute.
Okay. Hey, Bad Main Man, what's up?
I have a question. My
Sure.
voice, like, I have a speech impediment. I can't really pronounce words that much. I'm trying to do use text-to-speech voices. I'm trying to use my voice more, but I can't really pronounce words that much. Like, how do I do that? Like, better?
Okay, I think for one, from what I hear, you do need a better mic, but your voice doesn't sound that bad. There are channels, or I've seen there are people with pretty bad lisps, but they're still very, very successful. I think you're still in a very good position. My own voice I sound pretty unusual for a 21 or 22-year-old, and a lot of the videos I've had major successes with, I was even sick. So I really think you should give it a shot. hmm Personally,
Alright,
I wouldn't record. Yeah,
I have a different mic though. I'm just talking from my phone right now.
yeah. Honestly, for me, you sound fine. I think you should try and use your voice.
Alright, what's the better way? Like, was I have a five-fine mic right now? I'm trying to use it better, but every time I talk, like, there's an echo. I try to put things to combat sound bounces on my walls. I try to go a smaller room, but it never works. Like, how do I make my voice sound better in the voice software?
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry. Mhm.
I use a mic, but every time I do it, my voice always sounds like it's like a background sound. And how do I
Um,
use that in the editing software?
okay.
Oh wait,
You've
What
got that?
type of mic do you have?
I have like a five-fine mic.
Huh. Okay.
wait here. I'll offer my advice because for when it comes to recording, I'll basically turn off every single possible like fan, like everything making noise in the background. And then I record in like Audacity and then put it into like Premiere, like CapCut. I mean, you can record in the actual video editing software, like for voiceovers, but I personally don't do that. And then I know with CapCut, you also have like reduced noise, like different filters, stuff like that. Can help a lot. I mean, I feel like your voice sounds great for like YouTube. I feel like you'll be completely fine once you have like the right conditions.
Yeah, man, I've been listening this whole time. I don't think you have like a really heavy accent or anything. I just think like you need to like lock in on the recording device.
Yeah.
Also, the video that Fonfon sent is a masterclass. $20 mic. It'll turn your like cheap ass mic to a fucking $1,000 mic. It's great.
Where can I find the video?
Look in the VC chat. I can DM it to you too as well. Here you go, man.
All right, thank you.
Check out that video. It's a really good read. Or listen.
All right, thank you.
Type shit. Thumbnailed, what was your question, man? Main?
I just was gonna say you were asking for people who might be interested in coming up here. I know Vixios not super well, but I know him a little bit, and I could reach out. I'm sure he'd be down to do a call.
Bro,
Wait.
I DM Vixios and he egoed me, bro. Completely irrelevant.
No.
Vixios. Oh,
He was like, why are you adding people for? I was like, yo, I just wanted to connect with you, and then you got mad at me.
Well, no, Vixios isn't really on the. I don't really think he's like into the whole space that much.
Really?
I tried
Is he a
my
LARPer?
damnedest to get.
I've gotten him
Well, no,
like
no.
review
Vixios
my
is
channel.
opposite of a LARPer.
I tried my damnedest to get into one of his algorithm server because I know one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, Empleman, was also in there, and I just wanted to connect with more YouTubers, but yeah, he never let me in. This was long after I was already successful. So I don't know. I even had I connected with the person who taught to Dream how to fight well in Minecraft. Spelunker, have you ever heard of him?
I have actually.
I think
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I connected with Spelunker a while back, and I thought, considering how prestigious he is, he personally knew Dream. He taught Dream how to fight well in Minecraft, and yeah, I even got him to personally refer me to Vixius, but it still didn't work.
really he responds to my emails every time. That's great.
Mm, damn.
Emails?
Yeah.
Why are you emailing him?
It's just how we
Dude,
communicate.
people still emailing the big 2-6? Come
Yeah.
on, man. Come on, man.
But as long as he's not like hungover or drunk or high or something, he's great.
Oh, that'd be rough.
Who? Wait, who?
Vixios.
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 One of my channel audits, he was definitely hungover. A little rough, but
I care.
Oh,
I
you
actually
personally
it's pretty
use
informational.
Son.
Anyway, that's all. I have.
Luma's in here.
Oh, Luma's in here.
No, Luma, you're not coming up.
What, bro? She's so nice.
Bro, you have no clue.
Bro, free
You,
Luma, bro.
you have no clue.
Luma's a
Free Luma, bro.
T1 rage baiter.
You have no clue what Luma has.
Wait, Luma, isn't it 5 p.m., bro? What are we doing?
Yeah. She lives in Texas, so it's 3:43 for her.
Holy dogs! Look.
It's a state. It has like 50 grand. 50 grand. Oh my days. 50,000 people in it. Or 50 million.
It's 4 almost. Fuck, Luma. Go brush your teeth, man.
Yeah, wait, why are we having a Discord first thing when we wake up? I don't think that's good.
Wait, because I'd be locked. Okay, I wake up. Instant. Well, not locked recently. I'm having some health issues. But that's all fine. Sami's a bitch, yo. And also, if you ever go to the doctor and they say, hey, man, I think this thing called trazodone will fix you, don't fucking listen to them. They're legally trying to fucking shoot you in the face. All right? Real talk.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to stop recording now.